Over the last few weeks, we've been covering some of the news for the upcoming LCS season. Today, we're going to dive in and look at the top 3 rosters with the most potential for 2021. Let's get into it. So, the biggest thing to know about 2021 is that this is the year of the rookies. So many veterans left the scene in NA after Worlds, and it's opened up spots for new talent. This means that potential is really hard to guess at for most of these teams, and the roster landscape is just so different this year. Players like Doublelift and Bjergsen are gone, along with several other veterans like Biofrost, so it's just really hard to guess and see what teams are going to perform well. That being said, we can make a couple estimated guesses, and we can look at some of the rosters in the upcoming season and kind of just get excited for them. So the roster coming in at number 3 on my preseason hype list would be TSM, but we're not 100% sure who their ADC is going to be for next season yet. TSM currently have locked in Huni for top lane, Spica for jungle, Power Beetle for mid, and Sword Art for their support. So they're definitely at least a top 4 roster, but I'm actually going to put FlyQuest as my number 3 team because of how much potential their roster has. FlyQuest picked up Diamond and Palafox from Cloud9 Academy, where they dominated. They also picked up Johnson from Dignitas, who was one of the most promising rookie ADCs along with Tactical in FBI last season. Then they picked up Licorice for top lane, and probably the biggest shocker was them grabbing Jose Diodo, and they brought the Brazilian jungler to North America. This roster has so much room to grow together, and they're already all impressive players. The real test is seeing how they're going to perform together in the next season. Moving forward, I have Cloud9 as my number 2 team. Them picking up Perks was absolutely huge, and I cannot wait to see what he's able to accomplish in North America. Cloud9's roster struggled a little bit last season, and we saw Licorice as well as Niski leave their team. They had a dominant start, but a really disappointing finish. Now, they've rounded out their roster with the top laner Fudge, who was previously on their academy team, with some great results. They're also running Vulcan and Sven again in the bot lane, who we know can put up results. Overall, I think with this team, there's going to be a lot of pressure on Perks to perform this season, but he might just pull Bjergsen and be better than every other mid laner, and just 1v9 for an entire season. We'll have to see. And this one should not be surprising, but I think Team Liquid is by far the scariest team coming into 2021. Team Liquid just stays being the organization to make the nuttiest off-season team swaps. They had Broxa, who's easily one of the better junglers in LCS, and they traded up to Santorin. They also kicked out Impact for Alphari, who's one of the best LEC top laners. Looking at the roster now, they have Alphari top, Santorin jungle, Jensen mid, Tactical ADC, and Core JJ support. This lineup is such a dream team, it's unbelievable. I think the only weak point we may see is actually Jensen. He got outshined a lot last season by Bjergsen, and while he's a great player, he might be slowly starting to decline. Especially when you consider the fact that he's going to be laning against new talent as well as established players like Perks. He might not look like the best next season. Anyway, that's going to be it for my top 3 teams going into 2021 to look out for. There are still a lot of teams that I want to talk about because there have been so many huge changes in rosters, but I'm looking forward to putting out more content, and I hope you guys will continue to support the channel. Thank you guys again for all the love, and don't forget to subscribe or check out our channel if you enjoyed the video.